we do make an auxiliary light that fits down in here. It's plug and play, so you can also put another auxiliary light in there.
That looks super cool.
It really does. And then you can get the driving lights that go up into the existing headlight shells up there too. So, I mean, from an illumination standpoint, this one will really stand out in the crowd if you put all the accessory lights that are on it. Another key feature is the windshield. Now, you guys are all familiar with the RT. The windshield does go up and down about 4.5 inches. What's nice about this, now when you turn it off, it goes down into the lowest position automatically. When you turn it back on, it goes back up to the position you had it last set at. Now, you can lock it into a position with the headlight switch or the windshield switch. Just hold it in for about 3 seconds and it'll lock it into place if you don't want it to move up and down.
What is the impact of this manual bend that we had before?
What's that?
This manual bend. What is the impact of this? Make a difference? Yeah.
Yeah, it does make a difference. It lets a little bit of air in there, air movement. Now, this windshield is optional.
Yeah.
So the windshield's optional, the backrest is optional, the armrests are optional, and
You can't take her anywhere, Sam.
No, I know it.
Again, I just want to go over the changes as far as...
Sorry, this is an optional.
This is
the option is this one is vented over the stock.
And that's a different windshield than the former vented windshield. Okay.
So again, the big change in handling is going to be the heavy-duty sway bar on here and the upgraded Sachs big bore shocks. Really honest, you just don't get the wobbliness that you did before. I know a lot of you guys, consumers, have upgraded to the Baja Ron sway bar on it. Basically the same thing. All we've done is returned to the Baja Ron on it.
How about the links? Are the links still?
The links have not changed as far as I know. Yep, they're still the plastic things.
And they're aware that there's been some instances where those have broken. Okay.
Now, as far as ergonomics, again, up on the dashboard here, the glove box is up on top, which is nice. Your big world famous safety card is right underneath there.
Oh, I gotta have that.
Yeah, nobody ever reads it, so I don't know why they do it, but safety reasons. But the big thing is you can now plug in up here rather than in the front trunk. So when you go to hook up your apps, you go into your BRP Connect, everything is right up front here again too.
How warm's that get?
I've had 2 phones sitting in there for the last 5 days.
My phone melted.
I've had 2 of them sitting in there in 105-degree heat coming up from Bakersfield. Not a problem.
Any updates to the BRP Connect system or the
No,
app?
it's all the same. Now, I know there's a little bit of confusion with the BRP Connect. So it's the same premise. So you still got to Bluetooth it. You've still got to plug it in. You've got to purchase your Genius Maps if you're going to run a navigation on there. $90. I'm using it. It's working flawlessly. There's a little bit of a learning curve that goes with it. But remember, when you download the BRP Connect app, it's got all the tutorials on there for you. So everything is there to instruct you how to properly install everything and make everything work. So keep that in mind. So yes, it can be a little confusing. People, if they don't want to use the BRP Connect, they don't want to use our apps, you can still use your cell phone up here, and or you can purchase an individual GPS if you so choose. Another thing, obviously, we still got the 4 speakers up front, 2 in the back. We changed up the controls here a little bit. You've got your stereo controls right in front of you. You've got your windshield control here. It's not on the handlebars. This is also another volume control for the stereo system. A little redundancy, but that's okay. You've got your heated seat and your heated grips up here. You've got your heated seat and your heated grips back here for the passenger. It's individual. So your spouse or girlfriend, whatever, doesn't want to have the heat on, or vice versa, they can control their own heat and everything else at that time. These don't move very far.
Oh.
So
With a crane. With a crane.
Crane drop them in. Yeah, there you go.
She just jumped.
Again, the seat itself has been redesigned. So when you go to put your fuel in, before on the RT, the whole seat flips up. Now, just the driver's portion of it does. So the passenger doesn't have to get off, or if you've got luggage back there, you don't have to remove it to fuel up.
You changed the fluid
In the back. Yep. Fuel is still the same, 7 gallons of fuel, premium fuel in there. So everything else has pretty much stayed the same up on top here. The seat itself.
What is the range you're getting?
They say BRP publishes 242 miles to a tank of fuel. I'm telling everybody you better have a stiff tailwind and
Well, you
downhill
better
run.
have one sail.
200 miles probably is closer to it. Yeah, that's probably
When it
closer.
runs out of gas, it runs out.
You got to be careful with it, like anything
That's
else.
when you'll hell of a
The seat itself, like I said, has been redesigned. It's got memory foam in there now, comfortable. They've widened it a little bit, so it's pleases some, not so good for others, but it's super comfortable. I'm 5'7" on this thing. I mean, I fit on there like a glove. Even I've had some taller gentlemen, 6'2", 6'3", and they say, "Wow, what a difference!" So it really does make a difference. It also sits an inch lower, and you're also gaining an inch of length with the new seat. The passenger also gains 2 inches of length, so there's more room for passengers up here, driver and passenger. So very comfortable there. And then the big thing, obviously, are the floorboards. They're massive,
Yeah.
23 inches long here. They've tapered them up so that you've got a nice, comfortable feel on there. You don't have to put highway pegs on there anymore. You've got great foot protection there from the rain or elements that are out there also. And then if you take a look at the brake, we've also changed the brake angle. It's been a problem in the past. It's probably been one of our #1 complaints, is people didn't like the way the foot pads were and the way the brake angle was on it. So we've basically listened to the consumer and we've changed that.
Do you have any adjustability on the pads, on the
There's
floorboards?
nothing that's adjustable, and the footboards are not breakable.
It spreads it out.
It really does. I'm telling you, it is so comfortable. You can move around, flex. Like I said, I'm 5'7". I can stretch all the way out, and it's absolutely great.
Do you have an accessory for highway pegs as well?
I'm sure somebody will probably come out and say, the other big thing. What?
I just say there is a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The other big thing are the handlebars. If you notice, they're the F3 design handlebars. So basically, we have a short reach, a long reach handlebar, and then the stock bar. So if you want a little bit closer, a little bit, and they switch out just like the F3 does. So when you're fitting your consumer to the bike, make sure you fit the handlebars to them also to make sure they're
That's deeper.
Do you have a
Yeah.
system with these?
Yeah.
Yep, same thing. Now you can put a drag bar on there or an attitude bar on there if you want. They're not recommending it. They're just going with a short reach or a long reach bar on there.
Up front.
Yes.
And
What's that?
Here?
Just aerodynamics. They're trying to keep the wind away from you.
It's the
Wind
same.
protection on here is unbelievable. Yeah, if you're in a rainstorm, you're gonna get a little wet. But I mean, if you're moving and stuff like that, it's gonna blow a lot of the rain away from you. Same thing with the footwinds down there
it's a
too.
prototype.
A lot of protection. Again, everything else is pretty much the same up on top of the handlebars here. Cruise controls all the same. Stereo, all that kind of stuff pretty much the same there. Nothing's really changed. Your storage is the big thing in the back here. Okay, what you've got is you've got the top case, which is removable. It's very similar to your F3, but it's linked. For those of you that are not familiar with our link system, basically anything that's 16 on center that we make for our side-by-side or seated watercraft, you can mount on this now. So you take the top case off, you put a linked rack on there. Now you can put our cooler on there. You can put our soft-sided luggage on there. You can put your shovel and your work utensils on, or your rake on there if you want. So a lot of versatility as to storage, what you can put on there.
Nothing's quick release. It's all quick release.
No, it's all quick release.
Can you show us how to?
Yeah, I'm going to take it off for you right now. So to take this off, I'm going to pull my stuff out of here.
All right. Get a hand with that.
So you just reach inside. You've got a little dial in here.
Right.
You just turn this. Like that. Close it. You reach down underneath and there's a little button here that says push. So you just push this in.
So we pull there.
Oh.
Pull it out, and then you reach in, and there's a plug, an electrical plug in here.
Anyhow, one curse word and it comes right off. There you go.
Pops right out.
And you put
Huh.
your rack
Whether
in
it's
it.
my cooler,
Yeah, put a got a neat rack.
it's all quick release.
It is quick release. So now you've got two options. You can either purchase a cover that goes over the top here that's color matched. It's $230. Or you can do our linked rack. You mount the linked rack on here, and that way there you can put your coolers on there, soft-sided luggage, whatever you want to put on there.
Why wouldn't they have left these with the case?
Well, these are optional.
Okay.
These are not standard.
Okay.
So you're not going to get these. This is, for people that want to put the optional.
Because obviously, if you're going to take the case off, you got to take it. That looks horrible. But
most probably the person that's going to want to take the case on and off
isn't gonna
Solo rider.
yeah.
We're going to go from that sport look to that
Right.
two up there.
Right.
How hard is these to get
These, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I haven't done the mounting on it. Now it's different than your F3s. Remember, when you put these armrests on your F3s, you had to take the handrails off and you lost your heating capability. That's not the case here. So you still have your heated grips, even though you've got your armrests on here. On the F3s, especially on the Limiteds, when you went to put your armrests on, you lost your heating capabilities when you did. So that's kind of a nice function there. As you can see, I've got a trailer hitch on there. Maximum pulling weight is about 400 pounds. That includes the weight of the trailer. Can you fudge that number a little bit? Sure. And remember, when you plug a trailer into our wiring harness, you're changing the torque characteristics of the engine.
Is there different towing capabilities on this one versus the other RT? No.
Nope. Everything's
Okay.
the same.
Okay.
Yep. So it's going to change your power settings on there, so it's going to give you a little bit more power to climb those hills. Maybe pull out and pass somebody because you've got some additional weight on there. And that's true when you put a passenger on our units too. It's also going to change the torque setting. You got it.
Yeah, it's got a sensor in the back.
My torque settings if my significant other were to jump on the rack.
Yep, if you take a look, there's a sensor underneath there, especially like on the F3s. See that little bulb that's underneath there? Another thing too is, let's just say, the only two models that have sport mode or rally mode, obviously, is going to be your Rikers and your F3S. F3S, when you put it into sport mode, it opens things up so that you can do some controlled wheel spins and drifting. It doesn't turn off traction control. But if you've got a passenger on here on this F3S and you go to put it into sport mode, it will not let you go into sport mode. It says, no, we're not going to let you have fun with that passenger back there. Same thing with the 900 Riker and the 900 Rally. When you put a passenger seat on there with the fold-down foot pegs, you've seen the fold-down foot pegs? When you fold down that left foot peg, there's a magnetic sensor in there that does the same thing. It will not let you put it into sport mode or rally mode on those units with a passenger.
Is that the indicator of the display?
Yep. So kind of a safety feature built into it. A lot of safety. Obviously, it's got all the same characteristics. BSS, stability control, traction control, three-wheel ABS braking. The weight is about the same. This model weighs 1,029 pounds, very similar to the old RT. Weight capacity is the same, about 500 pounds. So really, we haven't changed any of that up. What we've done is, like I said earlier, we've listened to the consumer. We've made it a lot more user-friendly is what we've done. Simplified things and made it simpler for everybody.
What I like a lot, I saw all this in the show in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, is obviously when you take this out and you put either the cover that is the paint or the links, looks super sporty, looks much more sporty, looks
Right.
even more sporty I would say than the F3.
It
You
does.
can have both looks, when you put the trunk you go with your partner, or you want to ride solo and want to sport it, less weight.
It does look really cool. Now, we also make two other windshields, tall windshield, short windshield. You put the sport windshield on there, and like Martine said, with the rear cover on there, if you put a set of Fox Performance shocks on this thing with the heavy-duty sway bar on this thing, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be just as good, if not better.
You need the heavy duty sway bar. I thought it was already on there.
They got a sway bar on there, but not the heavy-duty one. The shocks
So the sway bar on there is an upgrade over the old sway bar.
It is. That's why it handles so much better. When you go into a corner on this one here with the heavy-duty sway bar, it tracks flat through the corners. With the old sway bar on the old RT, if nobody upgraded, it would feel like it would roll through the corners. Sometimes you almost felt like you were going to tip over.
Yeah.
So it really does make a huge difference. And that's why Baja Ron, the aftermarket company, is so successful in selling, because everybody was putting a Baja Ron on. So it made that big of a difference. But again, when it comes to any of our products, on-road products, tire pressure is critical. We're talking 22 in the front, 28 in the back, 20 in the front, 28 in the back, and then wheel alignments are absolutely critical also too, so keep that in mind. Now a lot of the units when they come from the factory, especially Whitewood, we've had a few little issues, they're not going to line 100%. That's why it's so important to take them off for a little bit of a ride and check them out before you use them.
So Mike, have a look guys on the unit with the cover, the paint cover.
It's sporty looking. Color-wise, now that Martine brought that up, we've got 4 different colors in the RT. We've got chalk, which is that color there. We've got petrol. Petrol is kind of a teal blue color, and then we came out with red again. Marcella metallic, it's gorgeous, and then we still got asphalt as you see here. So
Is that chalk and matte?
it's kind of a little bit, yeah. It's pretty cool looking, to be honest with you. I like it a lot. I think it's going to be popular. The number one color, obviously, in Sprit has always been white, to be honest with you. White. So,
And they still make this in white then.
Yep, we've got
Yeah.
white. We've got,
And it's the pearl white.
no.
No, it's not. It's a different white.
Nope.
That's it, I'm done. See you guys later.
We know a body shop, though.
This is the white.
Okay, so it's still glossy.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason the hitch is not center with the wheel is just because it's a prototype, or is the belt that is? It looks like you have more material on the left than the right.
Yeah, because of the belt.
Because of
Yep,
that.
they're all that
So
way.
will look like that when.
Yep. Accessory-wise, there's really not a ton of accessories that are available. We've got most of them on here. The armrest, the trailer hitch. Of course, the driver's backrest will be your number one option. Windshields probably. Some people might want a collar one on there. But when this thing comes up, it comes up a long ways. So it gives you
So in this cluster,
yeah.
you can get your mapping in here.
Yes.
It's an option though.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, what you need to do is you've got to download the BRP Connect app. At that point there, you need to purchase Genius Maps, which is the mapping that's available. And then you purchase it, and then you've got to configure everything, go into your settings, Bluetooth it, plug your phone in. At that point there, it's pretty simple. But like I said, on the BRP Connect app, if you're not familiar with it, download it. It's free.
So do the maps actually reside on your phone?
Both. They're on your phone and on your screen. But when you plug your phone into our BRP Connect app, your phone is pretty much disconnected. You'll be able to receive calls if you're Bluetooth, but there again, you can't use it. I mean, there's nothing you can do with it. So everything will be done right here up on the Genius Maps.
Okay.
But yeah, when you open it up, it's locked. Your phone is locked.
And do you need the phone plugged in for the maps to work?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes?
You've got to have it plugged in and Bluetooth both.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be both.
So to put a new address, you need to do it on the phone first and then you connect, or you can put a new address once
I
connected.
put it in the phone. It's way easier. Otherwise, you got to mess with the joystick here, and it's a pain. So with the GPS Genius Maps, you just go into your phone, put the address in, get it all locked and ready, plug it in. Every time you start it up, though, you've got to go back in. You got to Bluetooth it, make sure it's Bluetooth, make sure it's connected, make sure you launch the BRP Connect app, and then it's going to connect you right to your GPS.
It doesn't remember that you had it.
No, you got to connect every time. So every time you
Okay.
turn it off, you got to go back. A little bit cumbersome.
How's it handle at higher speeds?
Unbelievable. I mean, I've got thousands and thousands of miles on RT
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. This is by far probably the nicest ride I've ever been on.
Really?
Even the F3, I'm a big F3 fan.
Yeah.
The F3 Limited, F3S. This is my new go-to unit. I'm going to be honest with you. I love this thing. Like I
What
said,
can you get at top end?
well, I think it's been up around 102.
Yeah, yours been right at 101. Yeah.
So that.
So that's all that stuff.
stuff trickle down into the F3 too? My bigger sway bars and
No.
all this good stuff?
F3 hasn't changed. They haven't changed much of anything on that. They really focused on the RT. Last year was Riker, obviously. This year is going to be the RT. That's our big thing. But yeah, I mean, significant changes enough so that I think it's a game changer. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because I work for BRP. You know, I'm pretty passionate about the products that we have. But this thing here, like I said, I've been up and down, you know, the 99, the 5, or the 15, and you know, I've been all over the place with this thing. It's just, I can't say one bad thing about it. And this, remember, is a prototype. They were still working on this thing when we pulled it off the showroom floor. They were still adjusting things and making things, you know, a little bit better. So again, fit, finish, paint, it's rough. There's no doubt about it. The final product will be a lot better, obviously.
When's it in the showroom?
Is that,
When's it in the showroom?
you won't see it till probably January.
Well, Tim mentioned
That's
2
the
weeks
same
ago,
thing, Tim.
this color will be the first
no
coming
room.
at the end of November. I don't know if things have changed.
Got that little
Yeah,
bulb.
they might have changed it.
Like
They
you
might
said, you don't
be
know
in
why they
earlier, but
did
I-
that.
It was because the battery used to be back
Yeah,
there.
but why? I mean,
I don't know.
fine.
They didn't change the mold.
Change it.
November, this one,
You're on YouTube.
and then the rest of the colors in January. So the first one, we need to try to put them against this color. Already ordered for November.
It's approved there. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah.
Any change in the actual like audio?
No, everything's the same.
So it still has the CB option.
No, that's push to talk. Now you can
Push to
put a-
talk for what?
Well, not push to talk. This is your home button. This button.
This
back
is
here
not a push to talk.
is not a push to talk.
Okay. Okay.
They've gotten away from it.
Okay.
Everything's Bluetooth now, so they're getting away from anything that's wired in there again too. Now they do make a CB kit. They make a satellite kit that you can purchase individually. Depending on your headsets, whether it be Senna or Scaloride or whatever it is all going to determine as to how you Bluetooth it. But you can Bluetooth all that stuff together at the same time, and it's really easy to do.
The pigtails for the batteries are still on the front.
Up in front, yeah, everything is still up front. Your battery, your fuse blocks, everything is up there. Obviously, you're going to want to put a battery tender on there, you know, because they will have a tendency to where the batteries are. But like I said, no vibration. You know, there's some talk about some of the models having, you know, belt vibration at 65, 70 miles an hour. There's no vibration whatsoever.
Do they have a belt tensioner on this or no?
It does not.
Does not.
Neither.
Interesting.
Same pulley diameter.
I would imagine they didn't change anything. I don't have those statistics, but I would say the drivetrain, they told me,
Yeah,
Same.
everything
the
underneath.
frame is the same. The only thing they've changed are the mounting points where a lot of your plastics and stuff mount. Now, text. I have no idea what it's going to be like to work on this. I don't know what you got to tear apart to do and that stuff. It looks like these panels here on either side pull out very easily, so you might have easy access to some of the lower extremities of the bike. But after that, I have no clue. So you guys will be
You're amongst salesmen, so you're safe.
okay. Good.
I'll let
Thanks.
Vanessa know.
You keep talking. I want to know how to change oil.
Now the back end lights here, is it just these top lights or this this isn't illuminated here, is it?
No,
Okay.
just the lights are.
All right.
then
So
you've
there'll
got
be an aftermarket that'll somebody will make more light for that.
Well, that's the big thing with Spider. Everybody likes to have
Yep,
their lights.
absolutely.
They're working on it already.
Yep.
The Monster and his whole crew over there.
Excuse me. Oh, you read.
And then, of course, we know the turn signals are no longer up in the mirrors anymore. They're down in the fenders. LED lights all the way around on it. Yeah. No, I've been riding this thing in 105-degree heat for the last couple of days, too, up in Northern California. Never overheated. I've been stuck in traffic. I sit there, I let it idle. Never overheated once. Now, remember, too, below 5 miles an hour, the cooling fans actually stop and blow the hot air away.